All right, so today we're going to unpack a really powerful modern fable. On the surface, it seems like a pretty simple story, right? A master, his student, a stolen pot. But if you dig just a little deeper, what you find is this incredible masterclass in how power protects itself, how easily truth gets twisted, and honestly, how quickly a crowd can be turned.
Okay, so let's start right here, with the object at the very center of all this. And you have to understand, this is not just a pot, or a geode as it's called in the story. It's a symbol for something way more valuable. An original idea, a piece of creative work, and all the credit that should go with it. The entire story really boils down to one single question. Who does this truly belong to?
So, to really get what's going on, you have to understand the two main players here. And their relationship, well, it's way more than just teacher and student. It's really all about a huge, and I mean huge, imbalance of power. So, on one hand, you've got the dervish. I mean, this guy is a big deal. A renowned spiritual master with a massive reputation and a squeaky, clean public image. But, and this is a big but, there's a hidden side to him, a habit of taking credit for his disciples' best work. And then on the other hand, you have the disciple, the actual creator of the pot who's been totally silent for years, basically crushed under the weight of his mentor's influence. Okay, this is super important. From this point on, whenever you hear us say pot or godi, I want you to just forget about pottery. What we're really talking about is a stolen idea. We're talking about a legacy that was denied and the massive fight to get that recognition back. All right, now we get to the part where everything just explodes. This is the inciting incident. After a whole decade of this simmering injustice, it all boils over into this huge public showdown. This right here is where the story really catches fire. So how did we get here? Well, it all started 10 years ago with the original theft. But what kicks things off now is the dervish's own entitlement. He gets told no, he can't have access to the pot, and he gets so frustrated that he goes public, complaining in the marketplace and trying to make himself look like the victim. And you know what? That's the exact opening the disciple has been waiting for. And then it happens. Just one word. Thief. Think about the power in that. Shouted out loud in a crowded market, it just completely shatters the dervish's carefully built reputation. It's not just an accusation, is it? It's a full-blown act of rebellion against a lie that stood for years. So now the dervish is backed into a corner. He knows he can't fight this with facts. The facts just aren't on his side. So what does he do? He does something that is honestly both brilliant and deeply cynical. He decides to stop playing the game and just change the rules completely. And this right here is the pivot. He knows he can't win on the facts, so he changes the entire goal. It's not about proving he's innocent anymore. No, the new goal is just to muddy the waters, to make things so messy, so confusing, so emotional that nobody can even remember what the original accusation was about. And bam, here it is. This is the core tactic. Does he talk about the pot? Nope. He completely reframes the whole thing. The disciple asking for accountability, suddenly, that's harassment. He's just flipped the entire script. In an instant, he goes from being the accused to being the victim. Okay, let's actually break this down because it's like a 4-step playbook for getting out of trouble. Step 1, deny and guilt trip. He brings up all the nice things he's ever done for the disciple to make him feel bad. Step 2, when that doesn't work, deflect and reframe. He claims this isn't about theft. It's an attack on free speech. Step 3, play the victim. This is the big performance, storming out, making a huge public show of how much he's suffering. And finally, step 4, rally the troops. He expands the attack, making it sound like a whole online gang is harassing him. It's wild. And this is the grand finale of his performance. We are so far away from logic and facts now. This is pure theater, a raw appeal to emotion, and it's all designed to do 2 things. Get people to feel sorry for him, and crucially, to make everyone completely forget about the one simple question that started it all. Did he steal the pot? And you know what? It works. It works spectacularly well. The whole crowd's attention just shifts. They're not talking about the theft anymore. They're talking about the drama. And just like that, the court of public opinion is in session. So take a look at how the crowd reacts. It's fascinating, right? You see all these different arguments pop up. But what's really telling is that almost none of them have anything to do with the actual facts of the case. They're all emotional reactions or mental shortcuts. Things like, oh, I know him, he'd never do that. Or, oh, this is just making things awkward. It's so much easier to defend the status quo than to deal with an ugly truth. So the dervish's big show basically gives all his supporters the green light to jump in. You've got sycophants coming out of the woodwork to defend him. One guy even says he willingly lets the dervish take credit for his own stuff. Then his wife gets involved, talking about how her family life is ruined. It just keeps escalating. And at this point, we are miles away from talking about a stolen pot. So, when you take a step back, you realize this was never really about a physical pot, was it? It's an allegory, a timeless one. It's basically a blueprint that shows us something really fundamental about how power operates in the real world.
What this story gives us is a framework. It's a playbook, really. Once you see it, you start to recognize these exact patterns everywhere. That whole cycle of deflection, playing the victim, and manipulating the narrative. You'll see it with public figures, with big institutions, pretty much anyone with power.
So, if we're gonna boil it all down, what are the big takeaways? Well, first, real power isn't just about being in charge. It's about controlling the narrative. Second, playing the victim is an incredibly effective way to dodge responsibility. Third, a good performance, a strong appeal to emotion, can totally crush a mountain of facts. And maybe the most important one, a lot of people would rather have peace and quiet than messy, difficult justice. And that's really where we'll leave it, with a question for you. Because this story, the allegory of the stolen pot, it's not some ancient fable. It's a mirror. It's asking us to look around right now, at our politics, at the media we consume, even in our own communities, and to ask ourselves, where do I see this exact playbook being run today?